And we're live. What's going on, Dragon Brawlers? Scott Sedman back again here with our Guildmaster himself.
Hello.
Definitely not a pretty princess. Don't know where that
Nah.
came from, but you're looking pretty. Nevertheless, we are back here with some more Vermilion Bloodline reveals. Peter's had a quick sneak peek. I run onto the computer to have a first glance, and Bandai have just been Bandai and put them in the wrong order. So now we're going to have a jump around. Peter, initial thoughts without spoiling anything for myself.
Yellow, I think, is really fun. It looks amazing. Black, I already had a meltdown on the design problems, which I'm going to go through as we're going to go.
Yeah,
But I'm not happy with the black design. But I'm going to go through that as we're going to go. I think black is going to be fairly problematic.
Again? What? It's Hatch
Yeah,
2.0.
surprise, isn't it?
So let's get straight into it with Garlic Jr., my favourite character in the Dragon Ball universe.
Course.
Love him so much. Overlord, once per turn, place one of your battle cards with 7 at the bottom of your deck and draw one. So that's pretty standard. That's on the Vegeta and... Actually, no, there isn't a red leader with it, is there?
No, there's not.
No, okay.
The only one is...
Paragus. Paragus has the
Yes.
Overlord, but 2 of them do.
Paragus is the battle card because the leader is Broly, right?
Yes.
Broly doesn't have Overload.
And Gogeta certainly doesn't have Overlord.
Definitely not.
So when it attacks, draw a card. Curse, fairly standard effect there. We've got a long awakening skill, so I'm assuming it's going to do something different. So when
No, it's a multi-awakening skill.
Ooh.
So it's the one that requires you to have a yellow unison. In this time with the cost of 3. So you draw one and tap 1 and take life until you have 6 or left. 6 left.
Have we seen a yellow unison with 3? I'm assuming we're going to see.
We're going to see it in there, yeah, because there hasn't been one yet. Because we had 2 with 2, 1 with 4, I think.
Okay.
I think we had 3 with 2.
So you may draw one card, switch up to one of your energy to active mode. Add cards from your life to your hand until you have 6 left. That's kind of interesting, though.
So this is what it should be. Like, I can understand why Sin Shenron doesn't have that, because Sin Shenron doesn't really do that much early on, so it's easy for it to take damage before it awakens on that turn 4. Or it needs to go down to 3 life. But decks, for example, like Vegex, do have that close, and it's fair.
I think
decks like that need that close, and I think decks like Vegeta actually should have a close that they crit to life, because they have an option to draw 2 cards.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Special awakening, right?
I guess so. I think yeah. I like that they're still playing with awakening this far into the game. It keeps it balanced and fresh.
It keeps it fresh.
Yeah.
I remember when Set 3 came out and everyone was like, "Oh, but you don't have a card advantage."
Remember when people were like, "Oh, draw 2 is way better than untap 2."
Yeah.
How times have changed.
But then aggro decks changed how they're playing, and Storm happened.
So we've got Garlic Jr., the Immortal Demon, Overlord once per turn. When this card attacks, draw 1, so standard fair there. But then we have a note of when one of your opponent's cards attacks, you may choose one yellow demon card with an energy cost of 2 or less in your hand and play it in rest mode. If you do, negate this skill for that's good. That's really good.
The question is, do the brainwashed characters from Dragon Ball are considered the Demon Clan cards?
Yes, Roshi has the Demon Clan tag, so I assume the others do.
In that case, it's alright, because you play them in rest mode, so they will never switch to active mode, which is a bit You can switch them with other skills, of course,
yes,
right? But servants don't switch to active mode. But they do have that plus 10k power. So they're not going to be easy to take out. I guess it fuels the overload. I like the fact that it's during your opponent's turn. The problem with this, as we've seen all the cards for Garlic, it looked really, really strong. But right now we see the leader, and we see that majority of their card advantage comes from your opponent's interaction. That means that you can play around it, and it's not just a powerful dump down everything.
Yeah, that's fair.
Your opponent can't do anything to stop it. There is interaction with this, which I really like.
Yeah, especially because it doesn't negate the skill of the card you're playing. So, for example, that Roshi, you play it, you'll draw a card off of it. So, drawing a card off of your opponent's swings...
I haven't read the Roshi.
Drawing a card off your opponent's swings is kind of nice.
Yeah, it's an auto on their attack, and it's a nice future-proofing. Doesn't matter what type of card attacks. It's not battle card or leader. It's when the opponent's cards attack, so it can also do unison.
Oh, yes, that's true, yeah.
When we have a different card types, for example, extra deck cards or things like that, it will still trigger of that.
Yeah,
I
so
really like.
really solid leader. Again, this Overlord Servant mechanic I really like conceptually, so I really can't wait to get playing with it. And our next leader for yellow
Before we go,
Oh, sorry.
before we go to the next one, sorry.
No, that's
As we're
fine.
speaking about Overlord, I just want to point out that Vegeta is a better Overlord leader than Garlic. As much
The
as
green one.
Yes, the green
Oh
one.
yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Vegeta on its own can play the cards you put back into your deck. Garlic needs to play it from the hand, and your opponent needs to attack into it. Vegeta can only play other Vegeta cards, which is the downturn for him. So you need to have a Servant Vegeta with cost 3 or less. Garlic has a bigger range of cards, but it's more limited on what it can play.
Okay.
On the other hand, Garlic needs to stick his 5-drop on board. His 5-drop does have Indestructible, so it's really difficult to remove. But in this format, well, we do have power negation, skill negation, and things like that. So the card is removable from board if you're not careful.
Yeah.
And now we can go on. Sorry.
So now we'll move on to Sun Gohan. So permanent, during your turn, if you have a skillless battle card in play, this card gets plus 5k power. Okay, interesting.
15k attacker. It's going to be clearly an aggressive deck, right?
Oh, of course, right? And it's nice to see skillless getting support outside of black, kind of. And red, I guess.
Yeah.
When this card attacks, draw one, then add up to one card from your life to hand. Oh, okay. Interesting.
It's a skill we already know, right?
Yeah.
It's the same as Goblins, essentially. Ordering is different, but it's boils down to the same. Add up to one card from your life to your hand and draw one card.
Yeah, interesting. And then obviously just 4 or less, draw 2, flip over into Icarus. Wait, what? Why?
Yeah.
No!
The English dub.
No! They've ruined Icarus. Oh, no.
But the deck plays around that.
I'm actually
higher
gutted.
dragon.
I'm actually gutted. I'm going to get ruined when I try and play Mechikabura against the deck. I'm going to be like, Icarus, and then they're like, sure, I'll play a higher dragon. Okay. Theme aside, activate main once per turn, draw one card, then play up to 1 yellow skillless battle card with an energy cost of 1 from your drop area. Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah, it's a good skillless leader, right?
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot that can be done with it. There's a lot of yellow skillless cards that have just been around, so it's kind of interesting. I like it. And then we've got an activate battle. Ooh, yeah. When this card is in a battle, if there is a monster card in your combo area, draw a card. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot.
So we are going to get that higher dragon, the Icarus.
Oh, it's not Monster Rider as one thing. Oh, I thought it was. No. It's Monster and Rider. Oh, I actually kind of like this.
I want to see something that's going to play out on this Monster Rider thing.
Yeah.
Because that could be technically Overlord Servant.
Possibly.
I mean, but I do like this idea of having the relying on that higher dragon. So it can be a generic skillless leader, and we have lots of good skillless support in black, so it can be played in yellow as well. But then it's like the new version of the skillless Goku supports you playing red, because you can play Bulma and then you play all the Earthlings, and it just all comes together. In this case, you want to play monsters. I assume we're going to see more than one monster.
Yeah, I hope so. This is going to
possibly parents, or I think this is the dragon that grew up later on, and then in Buu Saga they kidnapped his kid, and then Gohan and Videl saved their kid. I think that was that.
I love
might
Icarus.
Be his kid as well.
So I am very intrigued to see what battle cards we get for it. So yeah, a cool concept for leader. Obviously, we need to see more cards with monster to find its validity. But introducing those special traits has me very excited. Monster and Rider, because that could open up to a lot of things in the future. Especially Nimbus could be a Rider, and I guess not monster, but I don't know. Ooh,
I think this is the card that has the most tags. Because it has Saiyan, Earthling, right? Monster, Rider.
Yeah. I actually really like it. I really like it. And our first Unison, and it's only a rare. Uh,
It's a beautiful one. I absolutely, as much as I didn't enjoy GT, I loved this mod.
yeah, that moment was fantastic. So Sun Goku, forever in our memories. Great name for the card as well. So permanent. If your leader card is yellow, all of your battle cards and your opponent's battle cards with an original energy cost of 5 or less have their skills negated, and all of your battle cards with energy costs of 1 get plus 5k power. That is strong. I
So
like it a
all
lot.
of your one drops become majority of the one drops have at least 5k power, so they become 10k. Or if they're skillless, they will have 10k power, become
15.
15k. All your cards, all your 5 drops or less, in the battle area,
Mm.
yeah, are considered skillless cards at this
Yep,
point.
exactly. So they would also get the boost, right?
Uh, it doesn't only boost the skillless; it boosts one drops.
Oh, okay,
But
wow.
they count as skillless for cards like 4-star ball. They
Ooh.
count as skillless for all the other purposes, right? Because all their skills are negated.
Yeah.
And this is a permanent that works the same as King Vegeta's.
Oh, okay.
So if I remember correctly, the when played effects, the ETBs won't trigger.
I believe that is the rule in Thinking Vegeta.
Yeah. So as long as you this
This
card is
is
going to be scary.
wow. Yeah, and it is just you could play this in any yellow deck essentially.
Yeah.
Ah,
And it's a yellow
I
required.
really like this card. I really
The
like it,
card
and we haven't
doesn't
even
have
got to its effects.
the card doesn't have plus skills. If you look at it now, it
Oh,
doesn't have
okay,
any plus
yes,
skills.
it's a +0, which is probably a good thing, right? You
Yes,
do not want
don't
this sticking
you don't
harder.
yeah, you don't want cards like this to stick very easily on board and be difficult to remove.
Not for a free drop 15k that might wipe skills. So activate main +0. Play up to 2 yellow skill. Oh my god! Oh my god! Just put 2 1-drops on board from your drop. I love that it's from the drop area.
Yeah,
That's so
Leader is
good.
the same, right? Leader also plays from the drop area.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So you can combo,
So
you
you
get your
want
draws.
yeah, exactly. Then you can play them back, and then you can combo it during your opponent's turn to draw again because it's again activate battle
Exactly,
skill.
and then you just bring them back. So
Yep.
yeah, thank God that's a +0 effect. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
And then the -2 here, activate main. If your leader card is yellow, your opponent can only attack with a battle card, with battle cards once during their next turn. So does that
So it
mean
says
just one
Nimbus.
attack with their
They have
battle
one
cards?
attack with battle cards, then they have Unison and Leader as normal.
Yeah, yeah, that's
You
fine.
essentially preemptively Nimbus them.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Because I didn't know if that went like cards with dual attack can't attack twice, but they can attack with each battle card once. But no, so that is just
No,
saying
it's like Nimbus. You can only declare an attack with battle card once.
that's fine. That's a really good
So even
effect.
if it's dual, triple, quadruple attack, whatever, it can only attack once. So
We could see this replace Nimbus, I think. Possibly.
possibly, but you do need to remember that this
Nimbus
is a
is
preemptive.
1. Yeah.
Yeah, Nimbus costs 1, and Nimbus takes away one of their attacks. And if they make a mistake and attack with a Nimbus first, sorry, with the leader first or Unison first, then you take away their battle cards.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
So you can take away more attacks with Nimbus than you can with this.
But still,
On the other hand,
really
this
cool card.
15k that also King Vegeta's the whole board. So I think we will see a lot of this card being played
And
for the
again,
permanent.
they've
nothing
made
else.
these Unison rares insane. We've seen the green Vegeta, sorry, SS3, and now this, like, really strong. Coming.
Wait, Vegeta is a rare?
Yeah, the SS3 Vegeta is only a rare. Like, they're making rares valuable, which is great. I like
I mean,
it.
that's fine. That's fine. I like that, but it's like, yeah.
Are you sure you want to make these rares, guys? Yeah, chaos. So now our first SR for yellow, which technically is revealed because we already know the Gallic Junior, but we're not going to be pedantic about that.
Yeah.
Baby Resolute Avenger, free drop, Unison, blocker, permanent. If you have 2 or more yellow battle cards in play in rest mode, this card and your yellow leader gets plus 5k power. Alright, it's a
So-
blocker, so 20k blocker, possibly.
This is clearly for Garlic Junior, right?
I think
because
so,
you're going
right?
to have the servants, they're going to stay in rest mode, so this is going to get powered up. The servants are going to be powered up, so they're not going to be that easy to remove. Your leader is going to get plus 5k power, so it's going to be essentially like that Gogeta, right? From set 10.
Yes.
But then it has +1 activate main. At the end of your turn, you switch this card to active
Ooh.
mode. So, yeah, it's a blocker that restands 20k even, because he gets the power during both players' turn.
Yeah, that's kind of
And
good.
minus to activate main again. If your leader card is yellow, choose up to one of your mono yellow battle cards with energy cost of 5 or less and switch it to active mode.
Ooh, that's gonna
Again,
be.
Garlic Jr., if I remember correctly, he's unique, the indestructible critical.
I
Um,
can't remember off the top of my head, but that
I
sounds
know
about
he's
right.
indestructible. I'm quite sure he is unique, and I think I remember that he had critical. So you get another swing with that
That is. Plus,
monster.
this is a way if you really need to, you can restand some of your servant cards. So
Yeah,
yeah,
it's generally a really strong unison card.
I wonder how
I'm
much
waiting
it
for.
can be applied to the old set 8 baby stuff. I wonder if people are going to try it.
Uh, it needs to be mono yellow.
Ah, yeah,
I think that's why there is a mono yellow tag there, so you can't apply it to the set
yeah.
8 baby.
Interesting,
Um,
interesting. I like it.
yeah,
I think I like it.
seeing this card, I'm kind of wondering because it started me on wondering how they're going to make a support for the U7 because you know they're going to make a support for U7
Oh
for the
yeah,
Warriors of Universe 7.
there's going
Universe
to be a
7.
unison with a Warriors of Unison tag. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. I like it. I think yeah, I like it. Oh, so now we're moving on to black. Okay, only a few yellow cards. That's fine. Just giving us the tease. I like it, Bandai. I see what you're doing.
I think there's 2 leaders and 2 unison or 3 unisons for each. Yeah.
Okay. So we've got Sun Goku Xeno. Auto best free. When this card attacks, add up to one card from your life to hand and then draw one card. So
I started to love this skill, and I don't really understand it. It's a good skill, but
yeah,
it was predominantly yellow. We
exactly.
didn't had leaders like that in another. I think Gogeta, the original Gogeta BR, had that,
Did it?
but it also needed.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
but it
yeah. It
also
did.
needed to ditch Goku or Vegeta.
Ah, okay. And then when your life is 4 or less, you may draw one card, switch up to one of your energy to active mode, and then flip it over. So very standard awaken effect there. And
Before you see the
oh,
next one, what
okay.
does the front side scream to you at the moment? What archetype in black do you think this is supporting?
Mass Saiyan,
It's a burst free leader.
Overrealm.
Yep,
Yeah.
it
Okay.
is.
Oh, okay, even better. So then we go over to SS4, Son Goku, Guardian of History. It makes sense because he's from the Time Patrol. Double
Yeah.
Strike, okay, just built-in double strike. Nice to see. I actually kind of like it. Black getting a built-in double strike leader. Permanent. During your turn, this card gets plus 5k power for every 8 black battle cards in your warp. What? Okay,
Yeah.
okay. Activate main, place up to 4 black battle cards from your warp in your drop area. What? That's funky. I like it. I really
And then you
like
draw
it.
the card. So here we go. First card that I have a problem with,
Okay,
actually.
go on then, Peter.
Um, the power level of this card is ridiculous, right? Because
Uh,
we know how black decks work. You have 4 negates in power burst
yep.
and 46 battle cards.
Yeah, pretty much.
Uh, so very easily you can easily say that you're going to have 24. It's going to be a 30k double strike every turn.
that is
And
scary.
next thing, it brings back 4 battle cards from your drop area, from your warp to your drop area, right?
Mhm.
I think that this is a bit problematic because the 4 Overrealm 4 cards are stronger than Overrealm 3. Overrealm 3 are the basic level Overrealm cards.
Yeah.
4, we go into high power level cards like Bardock, for example.
I was going to say that's the one that immediately came to head is that Bardock.
Yeah, but this just makes all the Overrealm 4 cards Towa. It makes them playable easier. Because even the Towa leader was Overrealm. It was only bringing 3
Free
cards
back,
back.
yeah, yeah.
And this one brings 4, which is a bit of an issue. And finally, that this is an Overrealm leader.
Mhm.
This is my biggest. Overrealm was supposed to be
Utility.
a set 3 for. Yes, at 3 and 4. A gimmick.
Mm.
Last set, we haven't seen a black leader. We haven't seen we have seen some Overrealm support, but not. Oh, here is another overpowered Overrealm leader.
Mm.
Have at it. Black is that curious color that doesn't have any specified cost that can play in so many different ways, and they keep on coming back to Overrealm. It's a boring design that supports buying the old products, etc.
Okay.
The next leader is a bit better designed, and you'll read it, you'll understand why.
Mm.
But this one is just plain boring, and what's worse, it's strong.
That's fair. I don't think it's boring. I'm kind of interested to go back to the Overrealm well. But yeah, I can certainly see where you're coming from. With it is very strong, and like you combine this with Bibbidi, that could be very scary, very fast.
The fact that you have that double strike every single turn.
That's what I
right?
mean. Like double strike, Bibbidi, boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially when you are able to just manipulate your drop and warp like that. Yeah, I it's going to be interesting to see what gets hit on the set 11 ban list. That's for sure.
BBD.
It's got to, right?
It needs to.
That
It needs to go.
Bibbidi cannot exist with this leader.
No.
No.
It also explains why they reprinted Mira and Time Regulator.
Yes, it does. I mean, Mira is just. I think Mira plus this could be really fun. I'm very excited.
Fun, define fun.
Just like, it's big beefy boys punching people.
I like the fact that it can't awaken on its own before turn 4 if it goes second. It needs to be hit because it only awakens on 4 life. Like Toa could awaken
Yeah, it does need.
on
Yeah,
her
yeah.
own. You could not deny awakening.
I was
Like,
thinking,
that's
I was
the
like,
thing.
could you use Black Mass to try and force it? But no, you're right. You need to be hit. You need to be hit.
No, that's. I like the fact that awakening is inevitable, but I like the fact that you can also delay it or deny it in some way.
Yeah. So if you're playing a passive matchup, yeah, I think.
Like
Plus
Toa,
it-
you could not deny at any point.
If you
they were
made-
just overwhelm.
If you force the awaken too early, this leader is still good.
This leader wants to awaken as soon as possible.
Yeah, exactly right. It wants to be getting that plus 5k
So you
double
want
strike.
to delay it as much as possible. So you want to deter them from attacking, if possible, so they can take that life. And when they go down to that 5 life, you just want to hit them as hard as possible.
Yeah.
That's the way you want to do it.
Interesting. I am kind of behind this leader, but again, it remains to be seen how much Overrealm will get in this set.
I'm not fully against the leader. I'm against the fact that they're going back to what they already did.
Okay.
rather than
No,
try and
that's
get
totally a
something
fair point. That's totally a fair
and
point.
interesting. From the design point of view, the card might be balanced, might be overpowered, might be oppressive, might not.
Yeah.
But the fact that they're coming back to mechanics like that makes me think that they don't know what they want to do with black.
I think that's a fair assessment. Like we saw in set 10 that it was a utility color again, which we both were like,
And it
yay, it's
should.
going back to utility. That's awesome.
And it should. And I was happy that it was going back to utility because this was not a set built around black cards.
No. And now this clearly is, here's some black cards. Like,
Yeah.
it was pretty obvious they were doing it. They've done it in a very strange way. I was expecting we'd see a Toa leader at this point, but or a Mira leader for the Demon Realm, but hey ho. So we've got Dark Broly and Paragus, fan favourite Dark Broly, at least for the people who know who he is, which is awesome to see. So we've got activate main once per turn, add up to one card from your life, then look at the top 5 cards of your deck, place up to 3 black cards with 30k power among them in your drop, and place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Okay.
I love this design.
Okay.
Also, you have when this card attacks, draw one card.
Oh, yes.
Nice thing is that it doesn't matter what it attacks.
No,
And then-
it could just punch whatever.
Yeah. So it can actually draw 2 cards a turn by taking a life and attacking, right?
Yeah.
And when your life is 4 less, you can draw 2 cards. So it builds a huge hand. And then if you flip it to the
Woohoo!
awakened side,
Ooh, very nice
Dark
out.
Broly and Paragus the Corrupted.
Very
Activate
nice.
main once per turn. You can place up to 3 battle cards with 30,000 power from your warp into your drop area.
Okay.
Then draw 1 card.
Okay.
And activate battle. You can choose 1 black battle card with 30,000 power in your hand or battle area. Place it in its owner's drop area. This card gets plus 5k power for the battle.
Okay. Ooh,
I love design of this leader.
that
Because
is
it
really
does
cool.
something different.
Yeah.
It plays into Dark Broly. Dark Broly was that uber powerful character that could only be beaten by the highest power levels, And he represents that. He plays around with a 30,000 power cards, which are the highest power level beside the secrets and few bits and bobs like Jiren.
Yeah, that I like the idea of this deck is just playing strong black 30Ks and just going ham.
What's the biggest problem if you play a lot of big cards? It's going to be comboing with them, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
they're all going to be one cost 10k. His activate battle is not once per turn. It's not even once per battle. And you can use your 30k
To become
battle cards
5Ks.
in rest mode as a 5k combo. You can
Oh, that's
combo-
really smart. Yeah.
The
Oh,
card-
that's really
the
interesting.
design is amazing. I know it's going to be an overall leader, sadly.
Oh, of course. But then
But
again, Toki City.
This gives a spin on the overrealm.
Mm.
That's totally different. This is what makes Mira so important in here, in this
Yeah.
format. Because Mira is 30k base.
Very
So he works with this. You want
Oh.
4 Mira creator absorbed for this guy.
nice. And again, I think this is actually new artwork for these characters. I don't remember seeing these cards in Heroes, so this is awesome for me. And so, we're getting on to our first SR Black Unison, which is SS4 Sun Gohan Beyond the Ultimate. So basically disregard his power up from Z because here's Super Saiyan 4 Gohan. Auto, once per turn, when you activate Overrealm skill, add a marker to this card. Oh boy! Oh boy!
I'm not against that skill because all the black black unison cards need to have some sort of drawback, right?
Of course, of course.
Shenron cards can't attack,
Yep.
and the rest of the cards have 5k power, which is fair. But
Oh,
in
yeah,
that
th-
case,
yeah,
they-
if this was
they do
15k,
need
that-
some additional skills.
Yeah. So yeah, you play it for one, you overwhelm into a Toa general. What's the new promo Toa that everyone likes?
An overwhelm 2. I actually have her somewhere.
You draw with her and stuff, so add a
Yeah.
marker to the Gohan turn 1, that'd be kind of cool.
Oh, there we go. Dark Imperial Scientist.
There we go, yeah. So
There we go.
that could be funky. Activate main, place up to 2 black battle cards from your warp into your drop area, +1. Okay. Refills your
It's-
drop for more overwhelm.
Yeah, it's more overwhelm. It can essentially repay for Toa. I actually think this card is going to be amazing in the Migra.
Oh yeah, lots of good shenanigans there because you turn 1 it.
Cheap overwhelms
Yeah.
because he allows you to play the overwhelm 2, and suddenly overwhelm 2 cards are going to be more playable.
Yeah, really good support there. And then activate main -3. Add up to 2 black battle cards with powers between 20 and 30k from your warp to your hand. Then this card gets +15k dual attack. Okay. So
Creator absorbed.
yeah, just like I'm just gonna add my win con to hand.
Yeah, that's the thing. This card is amazing because it lets you bring back those creator absorbs and add a similar level.
Yeah, right. Like this can get
not scientist.
uh,
Shrouded in Mystery.
yes.
Full Shrouded in Mystery is 30k as well, so you can just bring it back when you need it.
Yeah, I really like that. It's like
And
I've
control
warped
is not
my.
going to nerf you at this point.
He's warped his win con. Aha. Lol. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
mean,
really dig this.
You can bring it from drop or from it needs to be from your warp. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a scientist. No, that's oh god, the Fu
The
mission accomplished.
yeah,
That's
the
one
the
that
draft
you
box
drop.
4 one, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that lets your Gohan also attack for the turn. Because
Sure.
otherwise it's a 5k, it does nothing.
Yeah. It's like, hey, I'm gonna punch now. So yeah, really cool. Ooh, SS4 Vegeta
Yeah.
Supreme Saiyan Power. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Can I?
I
This
mean,
is the
yes.
card-
Take it.
This is the card that got me. I had a meltdown about this card.
Okay. Take it away.
Let's go from the top. It's again a 5k unison card. If your leader card is black, when your opponent plays a battle card using a non-keyword skill, they choose 1 card in their hand and discard it. It's essentially Dark Power Black Master Saiyan.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's once per turn, and they only ditch 1 card. It's fine.
Yeah. It's nothing. I mean, it's not nothing. It's a good effect, but like, yeah.
It's a decent effect for the long game.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can drop it on turn 1. I like the fact that it's only for the black leader. That's
Oh,
a
of
good-
course, right?
+2. Auto. When you activate an overwhelm skill, add up to 1 card from your life to your hand. So I don't have a problem with the skill.
Okay.
I have a problem that's an auto.
Oh, and it's not once per turn.
It doesn't matter. You can only activate those skills once per turn.
Wormhole.
That doesn't matter. You can only activate the plus or minus skills once
Oh,
per turn.
yeah.
And only one of those skills.
Oh, yeah.
That's not an issue.
Okay.
That gives a precedence for an auto skills to be on unison cards, which means we can expect an auto skill on a unison card that technically could be triggered during either player's turn.
Okay. Okay, I see that.
And
I see that.
what someone in our chat pointed out, it's also very possible that we're going to get a counter skill on a unison.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Unison cards that can be activated during your opponent's turn, and they're not just power increase to the unison card, because we had cards like that. I think Janemba from AOD has that skill. It's activate battle, but it only increases its power, so it doesn't really matter.
Mm.
And an absolute flavor fail for me,
Okay.
which was necessary in this situation, but it's a flavor fail for me.
Okay.
-5, activate main, pay 4 black energy, and send 1 card from your opponent's life to their wall.
Okay.
Why is it a fail for me?
Yeah, let's go into that.
Black is supposed to be that one thing that doesn't look at the color, that doesn't look at for specified things.
Yeah.
This one requires 4 specified black. I know why it's there, and it needs to be there. But still, it would be pay 9 energy to deal 1 damage.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, it needs to be there. But the fact that they put it in there makes you think that they could say that if all of your energy is black.
True,
no.
yeah.
They decided to do this.
Okay.
And I have a huge problem with that, because that's against the design they had for black. Dragon Ball is known that they don't care for their color identity. We had a struggle about the color identity, what each color is supposed to do.
Yeah, that's true.
And we kind of found our balance now. And then they threw it out of the window with multicolor cards.
Yeah.
Because they did.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
No, that's true.
And okay, multicolor cards were fun, but black hasn't changed till now. And now black is going to change, because it's going to change.
Yeah.
This, not as much as the card is balanced. The card is alright.
Yeah, I don't think the card's insanely OP or anything like that.
No, it's not. I would say it's underpowered compared to the Gohan.
Yeah, considering they're both SRs, yeah.
You can't trigger the +2 unless you declare an overall.
Yeah.
It means that if you're playing against a hand control deck, you need to top deck an overwhelm card to even +2 this. Which is not something you should be depending on. But putting that aside, I don't like what this card represents.
Okay.
It's coming down back to reusing the old tricks, because that's what they're doing in here. The fact that they put then on top of that, the fact that they broke their design rules, I can't imagine why would a unison card be an auto skill. I just can't.
That's fair.
It just doesn't compute for me.
No, that's totally fair.
You should be able to choose when and which skill you activate.
Yeah, I can understand that logic, yeah.
It should not be an auto at any point. And here we have an auto, which means that possibly we can see counters, counter-attack.
It opens a window, right?
Attack.
Yeah.
I mean, can you imagine a unison that says -1 negate an attack on counter-attack window?
I can see it now.
Yeah. Because before that...
I think the cost to be higher than -1, but yeah.
I don't... Even if it's -2, it's going to probably have a permanent or auto that's going to keep on giving it markers. Just the fact that you're going to have a unison that has that built in. So it's not a negate that sits in your hand that can be discarded. And the only way really to remove markers properly from unisons is to attack them. But then you can stop it if it's an attack that you don't want to hit.
True. True.
And then again, the specified black is.
See, I really like that I'd specify black because, like, I know it is like you say, like we have had the idea of like black is utility, but like there is also the camp of give black its own, like specificity. So it's not limited to the actual.
Black had its good color identity.
Yeah, but they want
Black
it
had
to have
way better color identity than all the other colors.
I feel that. I feel that. Like, it was for the longest time.
Yeah. It could not really be tampered with. It was that fun thing where you could drop utility cards, where you could drop cards without paying energy cost once or twice per turn, and get an advantage out of that. It was a utility advantage and graveyard play, right?
Yeah.
And this bodes that they're going to change that.
I think it's more just support for the Black Mass Saiyan type thing. The ones that warp life if they attack and then negate and stuff.
Okay, but let's say that we're going to go down the line and then we're going to start seeing cards, black cards that have suddenly a specified cost.
I don't think that's the case. But it does set a precedent. I can see where you're coming from. I do see where you're coming from. I think personally, like, depending on, like, say if it is like Mechikabura is specified black, it's the first card that is specified black and stuff like that, but it's like its power is necessary to be locked into black, then I'm okay with it. But obviously this is just us speculating.
I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm not saying that the decision to put the specified black cost in here is wrong from the gameplay perspective. I'm talking about the flavor and design.
Yeah.
Those cards are still representing the Xeno universe, isn't it?
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Xenoverse universe.
Well, unisons are technically different, but yeah.
Yeah, that's fine, but the black was either utility or time patrol saga.
Yeah.
If I'm
correct. No, you're not wrong. It is the Xenoverse. Yeah.
The Xenoverse, right? It was supposed to be that thing.
Well, and Hachiak.
Yeah, Hatch was a special case. Hatch was an interesting special case.
And Kid Q.
It's still, but both of those still played in with what the black wanted to do. It was playing around with the drop area and utility.
Yeah, that is fair. Yeah, I was gonna say Kid Q isn't mono black though, is it? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You could play it mono black because you had the mono black skillless cards, but you could also mix it with other colors. Hatch, you could also use. I think you could use like Furthering Distraction Champa and the Goku Apes to draw more cards. There were other cards you could use in that. So it's not that everything there needed to be mono black.
Yeah, that's fair.
The power of those cards was their utility, their versatility. You could use them in color decks, you can use them in mono black decks. Cards like BBD, of course, they need to stay locked to mono black.
Oh, yes.
Boo Chain, again, it was a non-overwhelm black deck that was playing with the black color identity, depending on the drop area.
Yeah.
And utility. And those were the things that were locked into black, and that was fine. If all your energy was mono black, that is a fine restriction.
Yeah, and making it specifically black without just being like if all your energy is black. Yeah. I guess
I don't have a problem with card. I don't have a problem with this being the restriction for the skill. I do have a problem with
what it represents.
What it means for the design.
Yeah, and I guess until we see more cards, we can. I mean, it does set a precedent. It does set a precedent. So I assume we will see more of this. But maybe I think it's possibly more of they don't want you playing it before turn 4. Possibly. Devil's advocate.
It has a -5, I guess. I mean, it needed that energy cost either way, because you can't have a skill that doesn't cost energy that deals damage. Oh wait, Vegito. It's a -7.
Yeah.
But it doesn't cost energy.
No, it doesn't.
And you also look at their life.
Yeah, you get to choose. You're like, oh, you've got this nice victory strike in your life? No.
No, you don't.
No victory strike for you, senpai. Right,
And 3 cards from you.
that's us talking about the first reveals for black
I think
and
there's
yellow.
one more card. There's
Oh
one
wait, there's
card.
more? Oh my god, well, there's more! I forgot! We got caught up on Vegeta! Oh, and this is Broly BR? Ooh! Ooh!
Yeah, it is. Surprisingly.
Yeah, so, Broly. SS Broly, the rampaging monstrosity. When this card has 2 or few markers on it, it can't attack. Alright, interesting. Activate... Oh, sorry, carry on.
It goes for the fact that it has 15,000 power.
True, so you 1-drop and then it's like, it's a 1-drop 15k unison. No, it can't attack because you've got 2 or less markers. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
balance. Fair enough, that's smart. Activate main, +1, place up to 2 black cards with 30k barrow from your warp into your drop. Filling that Overwhelm 2 requirement, but also keeping it real with the 30ks. I like it. I like it a lot.
At 30, I really like. I want to see what they're doing. I want to see some special cards for that 30k.
There's going to be,
maybe
right? There has to be.
Maybe a super combo with 30k power.
Can you imagine? Oh, I can.
I think like ridiculous amounts to play, but you know.
I mean, if they make it the place a card, maybe place a 30k from your hand to the warp, draw 2. I don't know. Activate main, place up to 8 black battle cards with 30k power from your warp in your drop area. Then if your leader card is Dark Broly, it gains +50. Oh, that's slightly whelming. That's... Oh.
It's a rare, but think about it this way: if the deck is built properly,
Yeah.
you just fueled your overwhelm by 8 cards,
Yeah.
which means that you're only 2 cards off going into Fu Shrouded in Mystery,
True.
and you kept on overwhelming every single turn.
Yeah. Huh. I mean, having a Broly be a minimum 30k punch isn't like if you need it for the final swing, that's pretty good. I don't know. I'm intrigued by this. I think I'm going to have to experiment with it a little bit.
You need to remember that Dark Broly is still a Saiyan.
That's
It's
true.
a black Saiyan leader.
Yeah.
It doesn't ring any bells.
I'm excited to see what battle cards we get for it.
Last anniversary box, extra card.
Kraken
because
Space
there's
Time?
Yes,
Does it work?
it's a black Saiyan.
Oh boy. No, that's actually good then. I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You also
Yeah.
need to remember that between the Broly leader and this Broly, that's 5 cards fueling your overwhelm every single turn.
Yeah, that's a fair point. I'm excited for this Broly. I really am. And not just because it's Dark Broly.
And the Broly can just go stupid amounts of power because you give it 15k with this Broly Unison.
Yep.
You go Kraken Space Time, additional 15k.
And then activate battle.
There, and then his activate battle multiple times for the rest of your hand.
Yeah, because even if they're 110s, they're going to be 5k combos. Yeah, okay. Yeah, no, I can see it now. I see the Kraken Space Time makes sense in my head. Essentially, it's your Fairy Destructor Champer, right?
But it gives 15k rather
Yeah.
than 10k.
Yeah. So yeah, that was black. I'm really excited for it. And also yellow. I'm excited.
Forgot about the yellow.
I already forgot about yellow, but then I'm looking at Icarus, not Higher Dragon. I am going to like totally just be like, God damn Bandai, why? Of all of the changes, of all of the things, like you're getting up about the design, and I'm here just like, its name's Icarus. Yeah, so overall, I'm very impressed. I really am excited for this set. I can't wait to see what... I'm actually excited for the commons to get a vibe of what they're going for. Like, more so than I am for SRs and rares.
Uncommons, rares, and SRs, right?
Yeah, like... Oh, I'm excited. So tomorrow's going to be interesting. Although I don't think I'll be here tomorrow, so Peter might have to go solo on it. So if he ruins LPG's brand, it's not my fault. Peter, final thoughts on today's reveals?
I do hope that Broly is not really depending that much on Overwhelm, just has a couple of Overwhelm cards and has some other fun gimmick cards that work with 30k power.
Yeah, like a little chain or something. Oh, that'd be cool.
I don't think it's going to have a chain with this,
Oh,
but I think it might have a Paragus battle card that, I don't know, lets you drop a 30k from your deck to draw one card.
that'd be cool. That would be cool. Do you reckon we could see a super rare, or maybe a rare, given the power of some of these rares we've seen, where it's like send this card to the war, play a 30k. I don't.
I think we might. I think the main powerhouse of the deck is going to be Mira, which is
Yeah.
overall 4. But the amount of cards that are going to be going back and forth from your drop to your warp and back, I think you can easily power it up.
Yeah. It's really interesting, really intriguing line to play.
Leader doesn't have a per se burst effect though, which is
No.
interesting. So you do need to play your deck with multiple 30k power cards in your deck to be able to get that semi burst effect.
Yeah.
If you look
So
at the top 5 and drop 3 of them with 30k power.
maybe on the weekend we can go through all of the 30k black battle cards. Given the reveals that we'll see, we're bound to see some 30k black battle cards throughout this week. Like, it's a given.
I hope so. I do hope that they're not going to ask that they're not only going to give us like 2 or 3 cards and then ask us to fish at something with the past.
Yeah, that would be kind of frustrating, especially for newer players who just got involved in the Unison
Especially
series.
for the Star Championship format.
Oh yeah, that would ruin Star Championship format. I mean, it could easily be. We'll see a promo. No way, like that's like a given. We'll see a promo version, a promo 30k. So yeah, like Peter, thanks for joining me. Thanks for you guys watching this video. If you've stuck around this long, let us know what your favorite leaders are from these reveals. Are you excited for the Unison? Do you think the specified black means more in the future, or if it's just a weird quirk for the Unison? Let us know. And any final thoughts, Peter, before we dip out?
Apologies to anyone who heard my rant again, and apologies to anyone who ever heard me singing.
Yeah, that's still a thing. That is still a thing. I hear it in my nightmares.
Good.
Oh, that's not good.
To you.
It's not good. We've been LPG, guys. See you in the next one. Boop, 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 ba-doop, boo.